Hi, I'm Yoonmi. I'm here today to talk about electronic communications. With the advancement in technology, we can communicate using an internet-connected computer. There are various types of e-communications, and this can be useful in healthcare settings with patients and providers. However, e-communication still has barriers to overcome. This presentation will aim to discuss the e-communication, its advantages, challenges, and improvements. So I'm going to talk about what e-communication is, what types of e-communications are used in healthcare, what advantages e-communication have, what kind of barriers exist, and how it can be improved. What the role of health information management professional is. Let's talk about what is e-communication first. E-communication is all kinds of computer-mediated communications in which individuals exchange messages with others. Nowadays, we like to chat about all sorts of topics with friends and family by sending emails and text messages. There are also various types of e-communication used in healthcare. For example, email, text messages, social media, patient portals, and more. I want to talk about some details of these examples. One of the best examples of e-communication is electronic mail. We usually call email. Email is a method of exchanging mail between people using electronic device. In healthcare, email can be used to send patients their test result, so patients don't need to pick up the result at the office. Many patients want to communicate through email with their physicians, but physicians are not comfortable with it, because the breach of confidentiality can occur in situations when could cause sending email to the wrong persons. Also, responding to email can be time-consuming to the physicians, who also feel the burden about workload and limited times. Another example of e-communication is text messages. Patients may call physicians to ask about the test result or send text messages. Text messages especially have a lot of benefits for public health purposes, such as sending a customized messages to the patients. For example, the hospital would send an appointment reminder to the patients, and the patients would respond yes or no. Social media is also used in healthcare. Social media is an online tool that allows people to share contents quickly, efficiently, and in real time. For example, patients may share information with another patients in Facebook. Also, healthcare providers may use Twitter to advertise services, promote wellness, and provide support forums. The social media tools also can improve professional networking and education, patient care, and public health programs. For example, during flu season, the Centers for Disease Control tweets share updates on flu activities across the United States to encourage people to get a flu shot. Another e-communication example is the patient portal. Patients can log on to this special software from home to the hospital website and access to their summaries on health information and other services. In many cases, the patient portal is usually used for administrative functions. The patient portals not only save money but also provide the benefit of being highly secured. Sensitive conversations and information can be sent and stored safely. Also, providers respond to the request of patients directly over the portals. Advantages of e-communications. E-communication can improve the quality of care and promote better communication between patients and physicians. It primarily benefits the patients. Rather than pay expensive money to have an office visit, patients can communicate with their physicians when necessary through email and text messages. Overall, this improves patient satisfaction and saves money for patients. While e-communication seems beneficial, there are still a lot of barriers to consider. The most essential one is that e-communication can raise special concern about privacy and confidentiality, particularly when sensitive information is shared. When physicians engage in e-communication, they hold the same ethical responsibilities to patients as they do during other clinical encounters. So physicians are forced to do a lot more work than usual. Communication may feel like a burden for physicians due to the heavy workload and lack of compensation for their work. Another barrier is that the resistance to changes and inexperience with computers. Some patients could be inexperienced with computers and email, so they could also be resistant to changes. How it can be improved. To improve the use of electronic communications in patient care, patient redesign and new payment methods are likely necessary. Healthcare plan must consider new reimbursement models, such as monthly per member patient-centered medical home reimbursement. This model would pay for any services that exclude office visits and would not require any additional payments for electronic communications. Regarding practice redesign, health information management professionals can play a major role in improving e-communication. For example, HRM professionals can facilitate information exchange between providers and patients who are not familiar with medical terminologies. HRM professionals can also train consumers, especially the elderly, in overcoming the digital devices. HRM professionals can play the role of safeguard to protect privacy for e-communications. In conclusions, electronic communications allow patients easier access and more patient-centered care. Electronic communications would improve the quality of care, provide convenience, and save time and money for patients. But unfortunately, there are some barriers to electronic communications that are unlikely to be widely adopted by physician practices. To increase the use of electronic communications in patient care, practice redesign and new payment methods are likely necessary. Health information management professionals can play a major role in improving e-communications. Thank you for listening to my presentations.